based on what we discussed for logical reasoning, my suggestion would be to either do some timed logical reasoning sections and review them in depth using the Socratic review method, using the template. You could use the template that I've shared, or you could make notes as you have been, as long as you're walking through the different elements: stimulus, question stem, choices. Alternatively, aside from doing timed logical reasoning sections, you could do simply difficult LR questions. I have some lists of difficult LR questions. You can also basically just go from 15 to the end of a logical reasoning section, and that's where the harder ones will be. So the question is, do you want timed practice and then untimed review after the fact, or do you want all of it to be untimed? So that you could then focus on tough stuff only. There's benefits to both. It is possible to do both. Yeah, you can. Why not? Why not? So it's basically, I want you to get exposed to tough LR questions and review them in depth. And the benefits of timed sections, of course, you get to work on your pacing. You get to work on your endurance. Untimed, you're not spending time on easy LR questions. But of course, test day, the pacing's important. I would definitely spend time there for sure. And then maybe add on the untimed in addition. I could say do 30 LR questions that are difficult. I could say that, do 30 LR questions a day. Now, I don't like to be that literal about it, because doing 30 LR questions that are really difficult, that you're consistently going to have more trouble with, is sometimes discouraging, right? So I'd want you to moderate your energy level and your morale and say, you know what? I've done 15 that were grueling. I got half of them wrong. I don't want to do another 15. I want to slow down and cover these 15 in depth. Alternatively, if you do 38 hard LR ones and you get most of them right, then you may have fewer to review in depth, and you could then go on to more. So some elements of this are performance-based, and I don't want to baby you by giving you 30 LRs a day, 10 tough games a day, because it's bound to go wrong in one direction or the other. My suggestion, though, is I can give you a couple of things to do, though. Watch the logical reasoning workshops covering relatively more difficult question types. So that could be resolve the paradox, role of statement, etc. Also, specifically, sufficient assumption workshops. And I'm mentioning that specifically because that's the problem we covered. And I know that you have some familiarity with the formulas, but I don't know if you've seen my breakdowns of the formulas. And I spend a lot of it. There's one class where I basically just walk through the formulas. Formulas meaning the underlying formal logic principles that apply to the vast majority of logical reasoning questions. And so if you were to diagram them where you could pre-phrase the answer, I want to make sure that you're able to do that. These workshops will also be useful because you'll see me going through the Socratic review method live in class. And so the benefit there is that we're making sure that you're covering every single element. So stimulus and question stem, but also the tempting wrong answers, the unappealing right answers. And you'll see what students find difficult to give you some ideas. And I'll word it, I'll type it out, but it'll be based on what students are saying. So you can do a mix. You can watch a workshop and go through the problems covered in the class. You can also then do work on your own and go back and forth. But I think you want some variety so it doesn't get stale. And so that could be watch one workshop a day and do 10 difficult LR problems. And then if you feel you have the energy, do more. Thanks for tuning into the show. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already to be notified of new episodes as I release them. And feel free to reach out if you need anything at all as you move forward with your prep. I'm happy to help however I can. In the meantime, I'll wish you all the best and take care.